Okay, so this video, I was just sitting up thinking to myself about the differences I noticed in men who are born with single mothers and raised by single mothers, and men who are born either only with their father, end up living most of their life only with their father, or they had like a strong male role model in their life all the time, type of thing. And like I said in a video a while back, men who are born in households full of women, it's usually one of the two extremes that I've seen. Once they, turn to be grown men, either one, they fully learn, women's nature. They accept that women are full of shit and they lie and they're completely different people when they're, being their true selves. So they've outgrown it and they, have no problem having girlfriends for the rest of their lives. And then the other batch, the other group of men, they're usually very dependent on other people. They never really grow into like solo independent men. They're always like desperate for attention, and they're always generally weaker in the world. Like, and that's where I'm going to head off with this video of you can like men can't be bought. Now I'm not counting about the extreme scenarios where like you could jump from making $10 an hour to $15 million a year type of shit. I'm talking like generally in the same tax bracket. Men can't be bought. Okay. But see, the thing is in the latter of the cases I told you before, how men who grow up with women, see, women can be bought. Women are to be bought in reality of it. When you look throughout history, and I'm not saying this just from a misogynistic standpoint, but I'm saying it through a biological history of of women's existence. Women are to be bought. Okay, there's no denying that fact. Because there comes a point where she must be bought in order to ensure her survival, especially if she has children. Now, the only thing that's kind of jarring at is the government will step in richer countries and pretty much take care of her. But I mean, but essentially, the government's buying her in that sense. You see, like, to be woman is to be prostitute. To be woman is to be bought. Now, the part that's kind of the part where it mutates is when women, single mothers raise men. Like I said, it usually veers off into two completely different scenarios. Either one, the boy recognizes what's really going on, he grows above it, or two, he completely buys all the bullshit and follows the woman. So in turn, he turns into a woman. He's very dependent. His life goal is to be a servant. You see what I'm saying? His life goal is to please, is to be an assistant. You see, bitch shit. Like these guys, like every guy I knew throughout high school and as an adult who was raised by a woman, it's usually they more it's either that or they learn to put the mask on to try to be a leader, but then behind closed doors they want to serve everybody and be a sex slave to men and all type of shit like that. It's never like they never fully develop into a fully independent man. For all the guys who I've seen like this, and I just noticed these traits of people who growing up and living just I would pay attention to like the qualities and what's really doing this with, and this is this is where I've deduced it to. It's usually the parenting. Like I said, I'm not talking about for the sake of the video name. I'm not talking about the guys who went from like making $12 an hour to being offered $150 million a year type of thing. I'm not talking about that extreme, but I'm talking about generally, within their tax bracket. Most men who develop into grown independent men can't be bought. I'm gonna give you an example when I figured this out on my own, right? Okay, so I've been in Europe for the last few years. By the way, we're on quarantine now, so like shit is like shut the fuck down. Out here in Prague, it's shut the fuck down. But anyway, when I noticed that men can't be bought, when it fully became clear to me, was this. This is now before Craigslist had gotten shut down in Europe, because it got shut down in America first, but it got shut down here probably about 8 months later, I'd say. I got bored and just put an ad up, because I tell you, I've always had 6-pack abs. So I just put like a picture like my abs and my dick up on Craigslist for, was it man for woman type of thing, or I forget, whatever. And being black and in Prague, like just being African American, just being black and in Prague, you're going to get tons of fucking responses on. Well, in Craigslist back then, it would just be like every morning wake up to like 2 and 3 and 4 different offers type of shit. This is why I say in other videos, it's the same thing here. It's the same thing around the world. Like people, like I think there's a lot of black people who think the world doesn't like them, but no, like the world loves black people but you got but the problem with a lot of black guys is they're not well put together. You see, and then they're kind of going out with this attitude, so it just kind of just fucks everything up. So people may like you, but they don't want to deal with your attitude, or they may think you're kind of violent, because some black guys still like to dress in hip hop clothes. So it's like, see, and when you do the hip, I'm not saying anything wrong with dressing in hip hop clothes, but the reality of it is this: when you dress in hip hop clothes, people don't. Hip hop is automatically associated with violence. Well, I think now it's starting to slow down now, because there's a lot of pretty boys in the rap, but they're still trying to convey that whole I'm a thug thing. But once you get associated with violence, people start really not wanting to fuck with you. Even if they might like you, but they really don't want to fuck with you because they don't know if you'll be violent to them. But anyway, so back to the original topic. I was posting on Craigslist, my abs and dick hanging out, and get offers, right? And there'd be, I get offers from girls, offers from guys who were like traveling maybe like from the UK, and they wanted me to fuck their wife in front of them. That happens a lot, because there's a lot, but people travel a lot more in Europe. If you've been to Europe, people, they take advantage of traveling here. Where in America, we don't, motherfuckers live in their home city their whole life and never leave. But, and also I remember there's a few instances where guys, like one guy wanted to pay me 200 euros just to come to his place. And then I could eat all his food, and he'd pay me. I think he wanted to pay me like extra $100 an hour, and I pretty much just do it. Like I had to fuck him though, and at the time, like I was living in this shitty flat. Like pretty much everything he was saying was like one night to go over there with this motherfucker would be enough to pay my rent, pretty much, right? Because I was living in this small flat. So like fucking with him, but then that's when the reality hit me. Like look. I can't be bought. Like when a woman comes to me, or when a man comes to me, if anybody comes to me wanting to pay me for sex, like I can't be bought. Like, and it really hit me. It really fucked me up, because I thought about dang, I couldn't do it. Like I could have free rent by fucking some gay dude, but I can't. I couldn't fuck the gay dude anyway. But it was then on top of that, the motherfucker wanted to pay me. I know a lot of guys out there probably could have done it and probably just not told anybody, but probably could have done it. But I'm being honest, I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Because I remember that specifically there was another guy. Now he wasn't offering to pay, but this motherfucker, he wrote me saying, I seen your ad in Craigslist, and I know you are looking for a woman, but I really like your pictures, and I've always wanted to have sex with a black man. He showed me all his fucking pictures. This motherfucker was legit. At least through the pictures, the motherfucker had pictures of him riding bikes in the fucking, I don't know, I'm just assuming the Swiss Alps and shit, and his car and all types of shit. This motherfucker was legit. And I just can't fucking do. I can't do it. That. If I was bisexual or something, then yeah, I totally would have because the motherfucker he was he was well thought out, and I would at least pay. If I was bisexual, I could have paid him attention. But I just can't fucking do, man. On top of that, the other dude, like I said before, he was pretty much wanting to pay my rent for me to come over. He sent his address. I googled the address. It was in a legit area in Prague, a legit rich area down there by if you know Prague at all. He lived down there by the Prague Zoo. So all that area is rich shit over there. It's better than my area is rich, but that area is like the next level rich type of thing. But yeah, see, men cannot be bought. And see, the weird thing is, I mentioned before how it always freaks me out when men work in these customer service jobs, which I would like. Now, I do want to say that I am not dissing guys who do that, because look, life is life. Shit happens. You need money. You need a job. But I'm just saying, even then, I'm always a little creeped out when a guy is working customer service, because that's a woman's position. You see what I'm saying? When guys if guys are teaching anything, if guys are teachers in anything other than college courses, and they're working in customer service, if they're teaching elementary kids and shit like that, see that's bitches do that. You see what I'm saying? Customer service, hi, how are you? See, that women do that. Then men kind of have to play women, and it's kind of it's just confusing. And with men nurses, I don't know what the fuck that's about. Like being like assistants and shit like that. I mean, like I said, I understand you need money and shit happens and you got to get some money to eat. I get that, but even then, like it still creeps me out. See, like it never really got over well. Like there was never a part in my mind, like when I was in college, there was never a time in my entire college career where I wanted to be a male nurse or I wanted to be a paralegal or I wanted to be like there was like that thought never even though nurses can make good money. It's not about the money. It's about the position in life that you're in. You're a fucking assistant. That is being a secretary, a male secretary, something like that. That shit is just that shit. I mean, like I said, don't get me wrong. If you need money to go get money, earn money. But that, to me personally, that always rubbed me the wrong way. Whenever a guy would come and say, "Yeah, I'm going to school for nursing," like that shit always. No, man, that always hit me the wrong way. There was never because I got a few friends who are male nurses now, and I knew them while I was in college, and it never that never crossed my mind as something to do to go to college for to learn how to be an assistant. That's pretty much what a nurse is. It's an assistant. I mean, it's a glorified assistant, but that's pretty much what a nurse is. Do whatever they think the doctor wants you to do, or do whatever a doctor tells you to do. You're a doctor's assistant. That's what the fuck. Like that shit always rubbed me the wrong way, man. It always did. Now in the paralegal programs, it was always women in that. Like most men didn't even touch being a paralegal. I knew a few girls who did that, and it fits women's, the whole character, that shit. But like, God, man, like thinking about male secretaries, male assistants, that shit just always assistant manager, a man who's that shit always rubbed me the wrong way, man. Unless you just need money and shit like that, I get that. But even then, man, like, see me, I'm the type of guy I would definitely turn down a job making. Let's say I would turn that job down. Okay, I've turned down better jobs since I've been in Prague. I've turned down jobs here that would put me in the top 10% of Prague of Czech Republic's income. I've turned them down just because I didn't like how they was fucking talking. Okay, like so, I damn sure ain't gonna be nobody's assistant. All right, unless something happens. I mean, now let's say I end up having a kid or something, and then money gets tight. Then yeah, definitely, man, I'll be the first motherfucker out there serving up samples of beef in the mall. if I had a kid, but it's just me, so I don't gotta do that shit, and I'm not gonna do it as long as it's just me. I'd rather just struggle and be poor if it's just me. I can't mentally live with being the assistant or being that motherfucker who got hunted out, for how I was talking about with sex. I cannot be the guy who was hunted out. Okay. Even if there's money involved, I can't be the guy that, a man or woman hunts me out with. The whole dynamic's fucked up. I am not to be hunted. I am the hunter type of shit. You see, when I hit the world, I am the hunter. You coming up to me with something kills all of it. It kills the fun in it. It kills the excitement in it. It kills it. I have to go hunt you out type of shit. But that's where I'm going, man. And that's just my view on what's really going to separate a man. And I'm saying in this context, a man with no kids, right? A man with no kids and can relatively hold his own shit, that's going to separate the two. Is the guy who, he can always be bought, doing something he doesn't want to do. He can be bought. Because I was telling a buddy of mine who grew up with a mother, by the way, how there was a girl in a brothel who I knew. I'm friends with a few of them down there. Not close friends, but we talk. We talk about other shit. But me and this one girl in the brothel, we got to talk, and some kind of way, because I usually don't like talking about sex with girls, even in brothels, because I think it's just too direct, and it just dehumanizes them. And we got to talking, and I asked, what was the craziest thing you had somebody ever come in here and do to you? And she thought for a minute, and she said, and what she came up with, she said she had one guy who wanted to pay her an extra $200 on top of what he already paid her for her to take a shit in his mouth. And so I said, well, did you do it? And she goes, no, I just couldn't do it. And she said she even he laid down on the floor and she got over him and tried the shit in his mouth, and she just couldn't do it. It's just her. The girl could take 15 dicks at one time, but if she has to take a shit on a guy's mouth, she can't do that. Don't ask me how that is. That's just some people's logic. So the guy I was talking to, he said, look, I was shit on his mouth for $200, blah, blah, blah. Like, I get how some people's logic can be different, but like in this context of this guy, like all this shit fits. Like that being able to be bought and doing something he really doesn't want to do, that all that fits that typical basic woman MO. All of that fits. You see, it's kind of like just like how the general idea of brothel. Like, see in America, this is another quick side topic. When I've dealt with women on a whole, and we get on the topic of sex work and brothels and doing porn, most women say that they will do it. They would do it. The only reason why many of them don't is because they're afraid of who might find out and who might, watch the porn one day and all that shit. But most women and I try to tell guys this, most women totally would do porn. But what's more important to women is this: like most women, like I said in other videos, most women would do porn. Most women do not care what dick goes inside them or around them or on them or anything. They don't care. What women care, what's more important to a woman is what members of her pack are going to see and find out, and will they exonerate her? Will they kick her out the pack for doing this, action that's unfavorable with the pack? That's what women care about more so than you as an individual man. It has nothing to do with you. We see where women make their decisions on what men they fuck and what men they go out with and blah blah blah. Especially when they're younger, their drive is to please the pack, and if the pack is pleased, then they'll be pleased and they can deal with it. Okay, perfect example. You know that motherfucker on Saturday Night Live, that weird looking dude who fucked Ariana Grande? And then he went off to fuck other bad bitches after that. You see, that's a perfect example. Because once he got in there and fucked a legit popular girl, then it's like, oh, it told all the other girls, oh, he must be all right then if she'll fuck him. And then yeah. And the motherfucker's ugly as fuck. You can tell he probably has no game at all. He probably has Saturday Night Live is, believe it or not, Saturday Night Live is an entry level job. They make I think like 3,000 every 2 weeks or something. I forget the math. Like for New York City, and that job, SNL is an entry level job. But a man who makes relatively 50,000 a year has just pick up a ton of women under him. You see, so it's just that logic when it comes to money. But the fact that he fucked Ariana Grande, oh, all bad bitches. Oh yeah, he must be cool. If Ariana Grande would walk with him down the street, and on top of that, open her holes for him, then he must be all right. So we can fuck him now. And I think he wants to do it off the fuck Kate Beckinsale and a few other bad bitches too. Like that's just woman's nature. It's how like I said, women are made to be bought, and they're made to please packs. That's what they're made to do. So I feel like I kind of rambled on this video. I've been going crazy, man. I've been sitting in my flat. I'm ready to go outside. I've been sitting in my flat for the last 2-3 days because it's damn near illegal to even walk outside unless you're going somewhere specific. So I'm getting ready to walk around. I'm probably just going crazy and rambling.